I don't think I was talking to anyone. I think I just went upstairs and then just didn't come back. Or went through the hall, went down the hall and just didn't come back.
Yeah, Mira has returned though from her
Ooh,
thing.
they changed stuff in this. Wow. You guys noticed that the zoom has plus and minus now? Wow.
Yeah, it has a percentage.
Look at that.
Fancy.
Okay, sorry.
Ooh.
Let's continue.
Ooh, okay. Uh, the it is about just after lunchtime now, and Lady Garail has returned once again. Are we ready to set off now?
Oh, this bitch again.
Okay.
Listen, we gotta deal with the Orcs before we deal with this fucking problem. She said we could wait. Hang on, time out. Not saying this in character. She said we could wait, take as long as possible because she'd be here for a while. She just didn't know if we'd live long enough. Now this bitch is rushing us. What the?
She's just ready to get it done over and done with.
I'm not there, so
We'll get it done and dusted when it's done and dusted. For now,
It's just down the road.
we got bigger fish to fry.
I mean we can deal with it. Why not? Again, not in character because I'm not here.
Out of character, I agree. We might as well just get this done.
Yeah, get this bitch off my wiener. Sorry for streaming, Grandma.
We are streaming, as it turns out. Mind your language, child.
Nobody say the N-word.
I'm gonna say it.
I can
National
get this
Football
stream
League.
shut down in one word.
Speaking of National Football League, it's
News
Super Bowl
stream?
day.
Oh yes, they're having their big season finale for their show, aren't they?
Yeah, for the show, yes.
Yeah, that people cosplay for it. They go nuts.
Yeah, everyone cosplays as the same thing for
Well-
some reason on each side. It's really weird.
Well-
Guess that's called a uniform.
Honestly, have you ever been to a convention? That's pretty much how it goes each year.
Yeah, there's 20 Narutos and 10 Sasuke's, and it's really awkward.
I'm prepared for the 20,000 Geralts.
Especially when Naruto and Sasuke are supposed to make out, the Naruto's got to do it to 2 Sasuke's instead of just one.
Yeah.
That's how mono spreads pretty fast at the conventions I've heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
See,
that's
they
how
they get
Oh,
into
is
their
that what the conflict
cosplay.
is?
They get into their cosplay. They get really
it's just
involved in
mono
it.
between Naruto and
They-
Sasuke.
They even hold they even host watching parties for the final episode. It's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
appreciate the fandom.
I don't like
I'm watching it right now as we play D&D. Not really watching it, but just it's
I
in my
usually
side.
watch the Puppy Bowl, to be fair, but
The Puppy Bowl. Man, that decides the winner.
Yeah.
Who won the Puppy Bowl? Actually, I didn't watch
Is the
it.
Super Bowl? Is the Super Bowl actually happening right now?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't-
literally on. Right
I
now.
didn't actually watch the Puppy Bowl
Yeah.
this year, so I don't know who won them. It's
Also,
probably a
Chiefs
puppy.
versus 49ers.
Although I have a good vote for the halftime kitten show winning it, or the gerbils in the
Okay.
blimp.
All right,
Anyways,
let's go. Sorry.
Let's not have a repeat of last Super
Yeah,
Bowl
let's
where they
actually.
where they said let's bring SpongeBob in and there's fucking Travis Scott.
Oof. Almost pinned it down.
Anyway,
Sicko mode plays.
yeah.
Oh, that was a shitty throw.
okay, so
That was-
we are streaming. Shall we focus on what we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Let's guys, let's actually get stuff done now that Yim Yam isn't here. Because when Yin Yam comes back, we probably won't get anything.
We're gonna be so distracted by the excellentness of that frog.
Yeah. So let's
I eat the frog out the lead or what? You heard me.
I'm a yeet.
Oh, I gotta close that door. We're gonna get echo.
Anyway,
I guess I will. Nah, I probably would stay inside for a while
balls,
until
your
someone got me.
court, balls in your court, guys.
So,
Literally in character, I said, "Let us help the nice lady."
yeah, I suggest we have a vote.
I think it sounds like an excellent idea to help her. As she says, it is just up the road, and it makes sense to do what's closest.
Not always. Sometimes time is of the essence. Normally I'm all for a
Roast and wait, we will kill them later.
Granny just stares at the large metal man. I do believe you
Finally.
mean talk to them. Yes.
Yeah, we will put them down for a permanent nap. They'll be picking Daisy soon, Grandma. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I forgot that was still a
I
character.
thought they'd be pushing up daisies.
Oh, that's what it is. Pushing up daisies. Thank you.
We shall turn them into gardeners.
Is that in character or not?
Yeah,
Me?
actually, is that in
Yeah.
character or not?
I'm not there. I'm still I'm still in the room.
No, I meant like, is that a catism or is that a Valkism?
Oh, that was me just not knowing it. I messed
Okay.
it up. Yeah.
Be picking daisies for too long.
So I'm just trying to find a fucking map.
You mean pushing them up?
No, that was not in character, as I am currently still in a room. We're probably laying down.
It's
Quickly,
not time.
someone tear off their mask.
Alright, I'm just trying to find a fucking map that just I can see shit in.
Well, you didn't revive me. What a cunt.
Haha! Perfect.
I swear,
Okay.
he fucking signs me out of Roll20 once a week. I'll be back.
Alright, so I'm guessing you get Cad and you head off down the road, off the Tribord Trail once more.
Sure.
Yeah?
I'm not. We get a group consensus.
Let us proceed apace. I shall take up Vanguard.
Well, I'll take that as a yes then.
I'm getting so many messages, holy fucking shit. No, I'm not. Okay. As you head down to the Tribord Trail now, instead of taking the usual road to the west towards the former Crackmore hideout, where you guys were previously, and towards Eastonheim, you head east down the road. This is also coincidentally the direction towards Wyvern Tor as well.
Mira could be seen. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, very good. No, you're fine.
Mira could be seen fiddling with a strange package containing a grainy mixture and a or a grainy chemical and some and a wad of paper.
Alright.
Wait, so which way are we heading? Southeast or northeast?
You're heading northeast.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. This you walk for about several miles. Kind of nothing really of interest, though. As you
Can I
walk,
make a perception? Oh,
walk along, a sort of the forest canopy sort of masks the sky, sort of keeping the sun from your view. But a few beams of light and rays reach through the canopy and bathe the path in occasional splotches of light and shadow. It is around midday. And you take a there's a couple hours, so you take brief reprieve every now and then beneath a nice, lovely little tree. It's a bit of an oak, and even though it's not the largest of them, there are still acorns sort of spattered around its roots.
On the just before the route there. Sorry.
Sorry, a cat is wanting to make a check first.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a perception check, but she can continue at it. It's just gonna
Thank
be a
you.
perception check.
Go ahead.
Before we fully leave the town, Granny would turn to the metal man and say, "Dear, I have some knitting that needs doing. Would you mind if I ride on your shoulder while I get it done?"
In response, the impending just simply uses one hand to hoist the gnome up onto his shoulder.
Thank you, dear.
Broad, very sittable shoulder.
She pats him gently on the beanie-covered head and then gets to her knitting. You didn't let me finish my garment the other day, and I actually do need it for this encounter.
Yes.
I have an idea for this, goddammit, and I need it done first.
Yep. Mira, As you sort of fiddle around, you do find a couple. You can see this is nothing out of the ordinary, as do you, Cad. What you do find though is a little formation of rocks that sort of make the shape of a crocodile's head, but nothing nothing out of the ordinary aside from that. Oops! Oh, it's Regan. What would you guys like to do? Give me 1 second. I just need to pull something out from the void.
Proceed to arrest the nearest tree for loitering.
No loitering!
Sister, you said this was up the road. We've been walking for a few hours now.
What, are you getting tired?
No, I was just wondering if we were getting closer. It seems this is taking longer than I expected.
The man has a point.
Ow. Ow, that hurt. Where is... Sorry, I need to find my... Guys, where the fuck is my D20? There's a D20. Alright.
The days of rolling d20s. I miss those.
As you sort of move along, you do find she sort of purses her lips and sort of pauses for a moment and thought, we're only just about what the fuck is the size reference in this? 5? Okay.
Are you going to change maps for us, Phil?
I should probably take this and just slap it up on there. Alright, give me... I'm unprepared for this session, slightly. I apologize for this brief, rather embarrassing actually incredibly embarrassing interjection. Sorry. God, guys, you don't have to fucking lay it on me. Alright, fantastic. You... Oh shit. Fuck. I didn't mean to show that.
Whoa! Quickly, everyone, take a picture. Blink.
It's up on the stream now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is on the stream. Yo. That's over. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. It's so weird not being able to use my second monitor. It feels sad, man.
You would be, place your tokens where you need, if you can.
Well, that's a black screen right now. Oh, it's
Scroll
not. Never
down.
mind. Holy shit, that's a huge robot.
We will use Brobot as the token for where you guys are. You
Cool.
would be-
Brobot
That makes sense because I am important and clearly the lead character.
And we...
About there.
I mean, I am like the tank and in front of everyone. So
We would be. We're only about halfway there.
How do I place my token?
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but saying something is just up the road usually doesn't mean that it's going to be an entire day's journey.
What, are you unprepared?
No, but again, being more upfront and at least using the right words would have been more helpful. But let's continue.
Somewhat deceptive.
Not everyone has the same judge's distance as you, dear. Be nice.
Can I make an insight check on her?
Yes.
While he does that, can someone please help me to figure out how to place my token?
So if you were to place your token, you don't need to because he said that. But in your character sheet, go to bio and info, and that picture that you have, just drag it onto the map.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry,
Insight.
you had to do with family stuff.
You can also drag your picture from the bottom of the screen there up on and place your token.
It does
Um,
nothing.
what-
Both of them do nothing.
The bio
If
one.
you're using your character, then wait, that's just what I did, and it worked. So
As far as you can tell, she was really. Oh my god!
You're under attack by multiple cats.
do not let him step. Let's try that.
We're all going to die, boys.
Whoa,
Big
Yada
cat.
yada.
Yada,
Okay,
yada,
sorry.
yada.
Yada 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 does it.
Or if you're Jolene, it's yada yada dawa.
Okay.
Which is,
So I failed my insight. That's okay.
yep. She's, as far as you can tell, she's been telling the truth the entire time. She seems rather concerned that you are calling her out like this.
I don't care.
Is this Miss Priest Lady?
But this is the same way to you said you were heading to Wyvern Tor to deal with the orcs.
Yes, we did. Oh, is this the same way?
Yes.
Then perhaps we can knock two birds with one stone.
Agatha's is to the north and Wyvern Tor is to the south of where we go.
Nice. Good insight.
What have I missed?
In fact, Wyvern Tor, and you see the mountains to the west of you, directly to the west. There's an opening causing a mountain pass, almost digging a natural valley into it. There is an opening into Wyvern Tor from here.
Is this all forest?
To our left or our north, it looks like it is.
Yeah, it's sort of like a partial forest / grassland where you are. The forest isn't as dense, yeah, but it's still particularly thick.
Should we be knocking off rations, by the way?
You've not knocked off rations yet.
Because it's been one day. Yep, cool. Right, well then, please continue leading the way.
Can someone please help me shrink this thing? I have a metal man-sized gnome and it's horrifying me.
Can somebody please catch me up?
Thank you.
We're just still traveling so far.
This
and
fail.
I just asked why it was taking so long, and she said we're about halfway there, and it's already been like a few hours. So I just said it's weird that you said it was just up the road, and it's taken us hours to get there. And I made an insight check, but not a good one, obviously.
We can rest here. We can get to this. There's an abandoned town up ahead we can take refuge in.
Is that the same abandoned town that one lady lost her amulet in?
You can ask.
Well,
What's
she
the
wouldn't
name?
know because it was a different.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
you
do I have that
know,
written?
you know the name of the town that the amulet was in. It's Thunder Tree.
Is that Thunder Tree?
No. Thunder Tree is overrun with undead. We're going to Coneyberry.
Right.
Ransacked
Is Thunder,
by,
is Thunder Tree north? It's south, isn't it? I believe.
to the north.
It's wow. We could knock all three birds out with one stone, my guys.
I like
Just saying. We could clean all the quests out.
I mean, it's not the worst idea.
Yeah. Hit level 4, boys.
In one session.
Yeah, we could do it in one session. We got time.
I mean, I kind of don't want to do another 5-hour session today. Just
I don't think it'll be.
sounded-
Well, maybe we can get 2 birds
I mean-
with one stone.
5 hours is a pretty standard
Focus on
session.
one bird with one stone and let the frog boy catch up. Okay.
From the
But
Yep.
continue leading the way. Yeah.
as you head in, you start to hear the sound of. What am I looking at? Sorry. Just trying to find this one. Aha! Okay. So wheat. Awesome. Oh. Hey.
During our rest stop, can I have Granny go and do a bit of foraging, please?
Yep, sure thing. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
What do you need me to roll for that?
Survival.
Okay.
Or
I'll come back
investigation. But probably survival. Do it, Granny. I believe in you.
The thing is that I'm gonna hunt in the forest to the north, which should give me a favor for that, shouldn't it?
Mm-mm.
I have
Unless you
Natural
get-
Explorer for forest.
What does Natural Explorer do? Oh, well then yes. If you're like a ranger, then yeah, that would work.
Yeah, when you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally should. So I'm not rolling with favor, but it should give me twice as much.
Since he's
Awesome. And you know what I'm gonna do? Just to help myself.
And what were the things that I could roll for it? Survival, or what was the other one?
Nature,
Just
I'm
to stop
guessing.
myself from having.
Well, I'm gonna go for
heart
nature
murmurs.
because that makes more sense for her.
Nature. What are you foraging for?
I am specifically looking for medicinal herbs and what components I might need for my Cure Wounds spell. As well as detect poison and disease.
You find.
And please keep in mind that I have Natural Explorer, so whatever I find, I'd find twice as much as normal.
Cure Wounds does not require a component piece,
Oh, I thought it did. Okay.
but you do find a yew tree, and you manage to forage a good portion of the leaves. You manage to, since you're in your elderly age, you're unable to climb the tree, or as effectively as a youngin would. You do find a couple low-hanging branches with some leaves that are within reach, and you manage to forage about 5 yew leaves.
Okay. Other than that, she spends the rest of her time knitting.
Yep. You just quickly-
Better have this thing done by the time we get there.
You do from the sort of forests to the northeast. You hear fluttering of wings.
This would be who hears it? Everyone?
What's your passive perceptions?
14.
14?
Nearly 20. 16.
16?
Here's a question. Where do you find that?
That's at the bottom of your skills.
Right above tool proficiencies and below skills.
14.
Yeah, I still don't see it. What?
Yours is 14.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You actually all hear this.
Okay.
You hear
Below skills, Grandma.
you cluttering.
Thank you.
Silence. So no knees in the air. Tense. What? Sorry, give me one quick answer. Are you
We
using
hear
divine sense?
tents?
Uh,
Yes, they're flapping.
what is your? What is your? Do you have Divine Sense activated, Grave, at all?
I do not think I currently do.
Wait, what do we hear in the air? I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Or is it just tense in the air?
Tense in the air.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
So we hear the tenseness of the air, is what you're saying.
yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Stop questioning me. I am your god.
Can I use Planar Warrior on this creature?
What does that do again?
So Planar
Granny's a
Warrior,
Horizon Walker?
as a bonus action, I can choose one creature that I can see that's within 30 feet of me.
What was that again? Sorry.
As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. It also does tacky stuff, but...
Then, finally, I'm just going to quickly draw this. Finally, you see it. Little things made out of bone. It's a wing. They're made out of wing. It's a winged, horrible mismatch of flesh sewn together.
I think what these are. Not CAD, but DM.
Pardon?
I said I think I know what these are. Not CAD, but DM me knows what they are.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly draw some stuff real quick. You guys don't mind. This is sort of like the...
I mind.
Oh shit, I think I double placed myself. Whoops.
There's a sort of like a...
How the hell did you guys make it shrink? Oh, there we go. Oh, I can tilt it.
There's a
It
tree
should
there,
be
and
select
there's
/ move.
yeah.
Actually.
So like this is sort of like a cusp of trees that they're all coming out of. And then this is like the road you've all been coming down.
I don't remember.
This is sort of like the road that you've been coming down.
I don't remember. I used to know how to do this.
Whoa, guys! Someone spilled all the mustard of this entire town, all over the place.
And it's
Not
Dijon.
Yeah, it looks like honey mustard.
And there's a sort of a light ditch as it goes as the roads go
And
down.
the ketchup? No! How are we supposed to use hot dogs now? It's disgusting.
Who eats hot dogs with ketchup?
What?
Ketchup is gross.
I eat hot dogs with ketchup. Go shove it.
Ketchup and mustard and onion.
Ugh, you made it worse.
I'll
What?
pass on the onion, but I'll take the other two.
The onion is so good though. It's like
No,
it's
it's
a bitter.
not.
Chili cheese dogs. That's where it's at.
Chili cheese dogs I'll dig, but and mustard is good. But no thank you. I do not like onion.
Where should we place ourselves, by the way, Matt?
Were you guys under the tree there?
I don't know where we were. Wait,
You guys were
that's supposed to
resting.
be a tree?
That is supposed to be a tree. That is my shitty drawing of a tree. And this is like a cusp of trees. Like here.
Oh, so they're in the trees right now?
Yeah, let me
They're
just...
in the
alright, I'm just
trees,
gonna go
man. They're in the trees.
I got you, Matt. Don't worry about it.
I got it. Don't worry.
Perfect.
Oh.
God tier.
Let's see.
Yeah, there we go. They screech and yelp and... as they sort of come flying out of the thing, out of the forest. Roll initiative.
Okay.
I'd like to preface. Oh yeah, it's still up. Mage armor's still up. My bad.
Mage armor is still
Preface
up.
what in God's name are
It'll
these?
be up for a while.
Wow. Too busy fiddling with my wad of paper and gunpowder.
I have the top initiative.
Abominations must be annihilated.
No laws for
Slowly.
abominations.
Not ones are abominations.
I think maybe we take them to prison. What do you think, guys? I've had a change of heart. Maybe we talk to him too.
Hello? No.
That's where he plays the boss music. La, 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 la.
Oh.
Is it playing?
Yeah.
It is.
Yo, what the heck? They got a stripper pole at the Super Bowl? What am I watching right now?
That was so out of the blue. Alright, roll initiative for me. Awesome. Awesome. This is great, guys.
Yeah, we already did.
Oh, wait, can we roll again?
No, I'm like looking at your initiative rolls.
No. You're gonna roll again.
Why is this not working?
Yo, I don't know if this should be on
I
the
used to
Super
know
Bowl.
how to do
Aren't
this.
kids supposed to watch this?
I have
I'm
it.
not complaining, but
I have it tagged
Question
for
mark.
not for adult or for not for children. So
He's talking about the Super Bowl.
I'm talking about the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that's a family show. I mean, it's not like she's like, butt-ass naked, but like, again, weird. It looks like she is, with the costume that she's wearing.
what's super messed up is that my Wacom tablet will not work with Roll20.
Oh, wow. Those are some initiative rolls that you should...
On the tracker, so you're gonna know anyway.
I normally wait until they at least get a round off, and then you realize, oh shoot, that's when they are going. Oh, they have multiple stripper poles. I take it back.
They have multiple.
At the Super Bowl, it's amazing. At
What?
least 2. It looks like there's probably 4 since everything's symmetrical. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a lot better than Sicko Mode last year.
Going on a limb.
I mean, they had Shakira too, and Shakira's just good, so. Oh, they have 6! I was 2 off.
This is being
They
frustrating.
have 6. Oh my god.
And this dude's getting grinded on by the singer. What is going on? Yo.
You guys remember back when Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction made freaking
Oh, yeah.
news?
No?
Yeah, now they're
I can't
doing this
remember
shit.
Yeah. Shakira was pretty good, though. And she didn't do anything, like, crazy, like, sexual or anything.
Oh no, she wouldn't. She has
She-
class.
Well, I mean, yeah, she does, but, like, also some other stuff she's done before.
Alright.
I feel like I just automatically shield as a reaction.
Kills as a reaction.
Just instantly. Get it out of the way now.
This one is going to go flying at you, Grave, and is going to attempt to pierce you with its long proboscis.
You getting the suck!
A 7 does not hit, does it?
Not even close.
And now there's
With
kid.
my nose on my metal skin.
It is now at. It attempts to attach to you, but you manage to bat it off just as it tries to approach. It is now this one's turn. And it doesn't quite close the distance. Is Rhea just Rhea is drawing something?
Rio has nothing else to do.
It is now. This one comes flying forward. This one is going to attempt to attack Cad.
No thanks, I'm good.
I'm not interested in what you're selling.
Not
Ugh.
a
I believe I get an attack of opportunity.
17 hit?
Sorry,
No, because it's still within melee.
Awful.
17?
Yeah.
I think I can shield him. That won't hit me, so I'm gonna do. Wait,
Oh, disadvantage.
what does that do again?
Oh, it
13
has
plus dex.
disadvantage?
Yeah, I'll shield. It doesn't have disadvantage.
The robot friend improves his disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, protection,
Gotcha.
motherfucker.
then I will not shield then.
Yep. It crit fails, and instead, you manage to just bap it with your staff just as it comes in. You smack it down, and it splays out.
That doesn't help me. Well, actually, it may help me.
Are these a kind of beast? What are these?
You can attempt.
No, literally, I don't even know what they look like.
Oh, they are a type of beast. They are classified as a beast.
They look like they're like, imagine like, you know how like people splay out like skinned animal like and to like dry it. They call them the drying rack. Imagine that, but it has bones and a mouth, and it can fly with that like weird like pelt like thing. You know what I'm talking about, Grandma?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one attempts to give Robot the suck. Does a 9 hit?
Motherfucker, no, not even close.
Wait. Alright, yeah. Then this one will attempt to give
Oh,
Robot.
that was J-Lo. Oh my.
That's a 6 hit?
No.
Man.
Cad, it is your turn.
It's my turn. Hmm. How am I gonna move here?
Roast them. Use your big cone of fire.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing here. I just gotta think of where I want to be to do it.
You're good. Just blast it past me. I'll hit all of them. I'll tank it.
It doesn't go that far, buddy. It doesn't go that far, big man. Sorry. Yeah, I mean I am using burning hands. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. Wait. Okay, I will go ahead and stand right there. So I do take an attack of opportunity.
Alright, which one is it? Oh, yes, that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
It does. And I will take it. Yeah, I'll take it. I can shield, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Please do not murder me.
Take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. That's fine.
And it is now attached.
Oh, that is less okay.
As
Would it be my action or bonus action to rip?
Its proboscis pierces into your arm and it wraps its limbs around you, tightly like a pelt sort of wrapped your arm.
Okay. Is that an action to tear it off?
Yes.
Fucker. Hmm.
I got your back. Don't worry.
I know. DM question.
Yep.
Can I self-immolate here and burn myself and this thing on me along with these 3 that I'm gonna hit?
You could.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Burning hands at 2nd level. I will roll a dexterity saving throw, I suppose, for myself.
Yeah, I suppose. So everything.
Hey!
So everything has to make it safe. Everything.
So here, there-ish has to make it. Because technically that thing is on me, not down there. Yeah.
The one
not right.
on you succeeds. The one
Fails.
there fails.
Fails.
Fails. Fails.
Fails. And they take 14 fire damage.
And even the one.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, that's not a second level. Let me roll one extra d6. 18 fire damage. Shit, I'm knocked out.
Did you fail your own save?
No, I succeeded it, but that extra dice fucked me up.
Everything you hit is incinerated to dust.
And I pass out from the heat. Just
Yeah.
slump down to
There's
the
no
ground.
quite kill like overkill.
For some pepperoni cat. Yeah, that'll do it. That's the end of my turn.
This one. Rush in and try and attack Robot Man. You just hear that as it's a chittering like scree as it comes in. Does a 14 hit?
Nope. Clink.
Grandma, it's your turn.
So, what did the scree actually say? Was there words
It's
involved in that,
hungry.
or was it just a noise? It was hungry. Okay. Um,
Consume, devour.
Consume giants, corrupt them all.
Destroy child.
Eat. Four.
okay. I would like to. I will have to roll Wisdom Survival with advantage. I would like to have an intelligence check to recall information about these creatures. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Yep. Go ahead.
So I'm clicking Wisdom with advantage.
But I thought you said it was an
nature.
intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Okay.
It'd be a nature check.
With advantage or not? I'm using favored
these-
enemy beasts for this.
What are they?
Oh
They're,
yeah, that'd be.
are these
that'd be
sturges?
Sorry, what was that, Vol?
Yeah, that'd be.
If
That'd
they're
be.
beasts, yeah.
So yes, with intelligence. Okay.
Or with nature.
Oh, yeah. You know what these are? These are sturges.
Okay, so what are they?
Yes! Aaron succeeded his intelligence check. Sorry.
They are a winged pest that feeds on the blood of living creatures, storing sustenance through their proboscises, which it uses to pierce a victim's flesh while clutching onto its prey with hooked claws.
At least these aren't 3-5 sturges. 3-5 sturges are brutal. They strength drain.
Yeah,
I still have nightmares.
They're relatively
added to that tree. Did a very good
Guys,
job.
can you not talk over the DM, please?
They're relatively weak, and they only feed on blood.
Do I know anything else about them? Social structures.
They're very much a eusocial, not quite eusocial, but a very social thing. They always attack in flocks,
Mm-hmm.
and they are mostly reclusive to darkened areas such as the forest.
I was wrong, it's con damage.
Are these known to be some type of creature you can talk to, reason with?
No. They you've known the from your experiences. These things are dumb as a box of rocks.
Okay then, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Scare animal.
I'm going to use animal friendship on one of them. Say, which one has the highest health at this point? Which one hasn't been attacked?
All of them are at full health.
This one, then. Oh, for heck's sakes, that's not what I meant to do. How do I delete that?
I just realized this looks like a big old green penis. I'm gonna delete that.
What?
Okay, here we go.
I'd like to say, that's a very nice tree, Vol.
That's
There.
not my drawing. I'm gonna put that in the
Oh.
map.
No, that's me.
That's a very nice tree, Rio.
Thanks.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was gonna say whoever added to that amazing tree that Matt drew did a great job.
Yeah.
This is why you have a professional artist on group. You give
It
me
looks a
nothing
little
to
bit out
do,
of
and I'm gonna
place.
start drawing.
Like, it looks a little bit out of place to the rest of the map.
Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't gotten to the other side yet. Hang on.
Okay, so animal
So
friendship.
I
Yep.
intend to use animal
They-
friendship.
Let me just quickly read that up.
If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. You said they're dumb as a box of rocks.
Yes.
They have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or they'll be charmed by me for the spell's duration, which is
Alright,
24 hours.
That's a 2.
However, if any of you harm the thing, the spell ends.
Yep.
She's then gonna convince it to turn on its compatriots, maybe try and chase them away.
It oblige. It seems to pause for a moment and goes, and then turns. Its proboscis wiggling menacingly at its compatriots. Mirror, it is your turn.
So has it been able at all to convince its compatriots to leave?
The other ones seem very hungry.
Okay.
Which
You
one
said
is...
turn on its. You said turn on its compatriots.
I said turn on, and if possible, try to convince them. This is the one that I
they-
charmed.
Oh, of course.
It seems to
Okay.
skitter, but none of these skitter and chatter at them. But nothing. Whatever language they have, it seems to be very, very superficial
Wait.
and is unable to convey ideas.
1 second. I need to look up rules. 1 second. Can I move if I use aim? If I use the aim bonus action?
You should be able to.
Yeah, your speed is 0 until the end of the turn.
Wait, is it? Let me check. Oh yeah, the class variants. That's right. Yeah, cutting action.
So at this point,
Yeah,
Granny
your
would
speed is 0
also
until the end of
Granny would also just say, "Hey guys, don't hang on, that's me talking, not her. Dears, please don't attack the one nearest you. I have it under my control."
Mira immediately pops it out of the sky with an arrow.
Mira's gonna fire at that one.
Pull.
Bonus action aim, firing light crossbow. 24 hits, I assume?
24 hits. Yes.
It takes d8 from the crossbow. It takes 18 damage. Mira aims for it, like, follows it with her crossbow for a second, and then it sits still and she just pulls the trigger. And it is pinned to the nearest tree.
Yeah, you just see it sail off into the thicket over here.
With
It disappears from sight. You do hear in the distance the characteristic thunk of a bolt hitting a tree, though. Name, it is your turn.
After she fires, she's gonna turn to Granny and say, "Are they edible?"
Are they?
They're a beast.
That's not
They're like
the question he asked.
Looks like Sturge is back on the menu.
have been eating nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Lord of the Rings. Name, it is your turn.
It is my turn. I am going
Oh, I didn't realize that was a loader reference.
Oh,
to.
that's not what I meant to do.
Is a ditch, yes?
That is a ditch, yeah. A sort of slight ditch. So it's not very steep, but it's like a downwards sort of thing.
Is that gonna affect my traversal at all?
Not particularly.
Alright then, I am going to move up here and smack at this little blighter in front of me over here.
Blighter.
Fucking blighter. Hit it. Kill it!
Slay.
It's... yeah. And I know you're gonna kill... Yeah.
Wham!
Cad? Make a death
Yeah, death saving throw. Is that a con? It's a con save, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's
Hey.
not.
Hey,
A death
Oh,
saving
shit, I
throw is a
should've,
flat d20.
Divine hands you there. Forgot
it's
to
not a
do-
con save. I thought it was.
No, it's a flat d20.
Oh, D20.
Oh.
Well, it's a flat D20
I
right
mean-
away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for you,
so-
it's the same thing.
Might as well be a con save.
I mean, it's a lot easier if it's a con save normally, unless you've got
Yeah.
a negative con mod.
Okay, well, I succeed one.
What's
Yeah,
this?
that's what I was gonna say something, but you know what? I was gonna let you kill it first.
Yep.
All right.
So,
well,
it is now the friendly one's turn.
At which point, Granny's gonna ask it to go home.
Oh! It's gone home. It just flutters off into the distance, back into the thicket.
How far out is it?
evil if you do this.
It's pretty. It gets a good 40 feet out.
Does 40 feet get it to the tree line?
It's in the tree. It's already in there. Yeah.
Ah, damn. Line of sight.
Okay.
You
okay,
would.
guys,
It
I
has
just
three.
beat
It has three-fourths cover. So
Just
I
let
can
the
hit
thing
that.
live, man. We ain't coming back.
Just attack another traveler. Nah.
I did get an attack of opportunity for it running, right?
you can attack it if you choose.
You can if you want to. Grandma's not gonna be happy.
Does a 19 hit its
Really
AC?
good attack of opportunity.
It gets a +5 for 3/4 cover.
Do I have advantage for attacks of opportunity?
Did you say
No.
19 hits?
19. That does not hit.
Oh damn. Sneaky peeky.
No, it gets away.
Blast.
And you get a
Bugger.
delightfully large frown out of Grandma.
Mira's gonna go retrieve the other one from the tree.
Don't worry, guys. I'm slowly bleeding out. It's okay.
Oh, she'll do a medicine check first.
Roll a death save because everybody's been waiting for like a good 6 seconds.
Please don't crit fail this.
I mean, if I crit fail, it's only 2 losses, so it's not like.
Oh, you
I
did
succeeded.
succeed the other one.
Here, take 10 points of healing.
Oh, you're a savior.
Now that the danger is past, Granny's definitely gonna go and do her healing thing.
Cad, did you catch yourself with your flames partially?
I did. My arm.
Wait, let me.
Oh boy. We finally get to see.
Where did I put it?
Do I have
I've
to roll
had a-
damage to see if it fully emulates my arm, so that they can see it?
There's a couple of patches that are burnt off, but nothing too big. There's a little bit of skin, but nothing.
Do I notice that? Do I feel like kind of like the wind going against it?
You do feel a bit of cold brush up against it.
I'll immediately cross my arms as I wake up and kind of sit up.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I have mending. However,
You do have a really nice grandmother.
I do have a very
Eleanor's
nice grandma.
already standing over top going, "Oh hell, that's not what I wanted to do, I'm sorry." This is what I get for
Grandma?
drawing. This is what I get for drawing things. Here we are. So Granny's already right next to him going, "Don't move
I
too
will
much,
use
dear. You've been quite injured."
Prestidigitation to make the sunken in parts of the armor that are kind of showing the skin just turn black, kind of like an abyss, so that she can fill in the ripped parts so she can see them.
What?
So,
She's
so
hiding
basically,
something.
yeah, I'm hiding it.
How am I supposed to
So you
treat
can still-
anything if you're hiding it?
Oh, are you treating the injury or the?
Yeah,
I
the
thought you were going
injuries.
to.
Oh, she doesn't care about your clothing, dear. She's more interested in your injuries. Granny's a healer at heart.
Alright. I have a new token. Wait, that didn't work, right? Ah, blast.
About to check something real quick. Gotcha.
Oh, question.
Yep.
Did I catch a look at his arm?
Thank you.
I have a pretty good perception.
What's your perception?
Passive is 16. I can roll you a check if you'd like.
Roll me maybe passive because you're not looking for it. So, give me one moment with
Should I roll a sleight of hand to see,
Give me a second with Val, real quick.
you dirty bastard?
It's nothing but curiosity. That's all it is.
Oh, I guess I'm joining the other chat real quick.
Okay. I don't know why that didn't export right. Let's try again. Let us merge visible layers. Oh, that's something I forgot to do. Merge. Layer. Or no, image. View. God damn it, how do I do this? Image fit to canvas. Or Zilla's crop. Okay.
Were you actively looking? Yes.
Because
I
it's not
mean-
like he's.
Mira's curious at heart, and this is one of the few opportunities she's gotten to see what's under the clothing.
Roll then.
Roll
hippie.
the
Oh, it's Little Bass! They got Little Bass in a commercial!
Perception. Da-da-da-da. Oh, I accidentally had more
Yeah, you
advantage
can't
on
really
it.
see with how small the holes are in the clothing, but you can tell that there are holes in the clothing, but you can't really see what's underneath it quite clearly. From what you can see, it's just a normal person.
Me.
At least
He's
that's what
hiding
we-
something under that cloak.
What if I'm just a cloak?
just the cloak.
What if you're actually a warforged that's a cloak?
Grandma, you when you try to tend the, you notice that the underneath the clothing and in the holes is an inky blackness obscuring Cad's actual whatever's
If you want to
Dear-
fix the clothing,
Dear, if I
my
can't
arm's fine
see...
for right now.
Oh, that's absolute nonsense. You're barely able to stand. If you want some healing, you're going to have to let me see.
I will then. Fine. I will remove the gauntlet. However, it's still all in inky blackness. Just
Can-
apply the herbs there. It'll work.
As you like, dear. And at that point, I'm going to use Cure Wound.
All right, sweet. Roll the requisite dice.
How?
So I guess technically, Mira, you think I just have like a abyssal black hand and arm since I've removed the gauntlet.
Bull, how?
All right, I'll do it then.
I don't
Right,
mind.
so you roll slot for animal friendship. You roll. Type into the chat 1/roll 1d8 plus 4.
Why is it not saving the...
Oh, almost.
Get rid of that one.
Image,
Granny, heal me. Yeah.
properties. Oh,
5 hit points.
image.
I'm at max now.
Hell yeah.
Granny gently pats him on the arm and says, "There you are, dear. You should be able to put your gauntlet back on now."
Metadata.
Right. Thanks.
The mystery of CAD continues.
As soon as I noticed that like the thing is broken, I just should have immediately cast fog cloud. Just No one can see
Yeah,
anything
Johnny.
except silhouettes.
Yeah.
I will finish the truth story.
All right, sweet. So Lady.
No, I wasn't done. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
No, it's fine. It was just drawing.
Oh. I'll put you on there for now then.
It's fine.
Lady Garail. Lady Garail sort of peeks her head out from behind the tree over here. Is it over?
Yes, it's over.
Oh, thank God, the gods. I was terrified. Thought I was done for. Are you?
Have no fear, you shall not come to harm while I am present.
Apparently my pizza was delivered.
Very strange thing for Lady Garail to say, but okay.
I really don't know what to do. Wait, that's the finished version. Just delete that. Discard changes. Image. Oh, perfect.
Hey Dad, sorry, that was a butt dial. Not as much as playing D&D and then applying for jobs. I got your cash, by the way, for board.
Okay, here is. I have muted Bull. Let me know when it's safe to unmute him.
I don't think. Okay, I mean, yeah, okay.
It's for privacy purposes
Right.
because I have a stream going. La 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 la.
Oh!
And I'm doing all this with a mouse, by the way. My tablet is not working with Roll20.
Oof.
I'm back. Let's see.
Let me know when I can unmute Bull.
Oof. You're good.
Okay. Okay,
So
I can hear
sorry.
you again, Bull. No worries.
Let's go.
Mm.
Also, can you turn off the combat music, Bull?
No, we're not in
Yeah.
combat anymore. Hang on, I can actually do that. That's rhythm, isn't it? Oh, you got it.
That was a dangerous ass throw, and he got punished for it. He threw into a crowd of 5 people on the opposite team.
Yep. So I think we should get moving. That's
Look like we should rest here.
Coreyberry. I don't think it's safe here. Coreyberry might be safer.
Let us advance.
I should say, Matt, I am keeping my arm just like the inky darkness. The holes that are showing are still that.
Awesome. It is.
Takes off helmet, it's just air. Or is it a face shaped like air and colored like air? What time is it during the day? Is it like noon now, or?
It's about 3 or 4 o'clock.
So we got about
Oh,
3-ish, 4 hours before it's dark time.
Hmm.
Oh, good.
Granny would then, as we begin to get going, she would look up at the metal man and go, "Can I get a ride again, dear? I am not quite finished my knitting."
And
I
of course,
swear there's
wordlessly,
more to this game than
What?
and he just lifts her
Right.
up onto his shoulder.
Thank you, dear.
Will we make it there before it hits nightfall?
It is. As you approach Prettyberry, it is very obviously an abandoned town. Some of them are missing roofs, some of them have partially ruined
Oh,
walls.
thank you.
But you see the signs of an old battle. Weapons rotted, skeletons with pieces of rusted armor sort of line some of the things. Picked completely clean from where scavengers have come through. Whatever conflict raged on here is years gone.
Is this the place that we're supposed to go to, or is this the resting stop?
This is the resting stop. Agatha's lair is just... It's but a small 30-minute walk from here.
And it's nighttime now?
It is. But we can rest here. We can take refuge within one of the buildings. We should be fine.
Very well. I have no problem with that.
Would any of you like to get ready for make the provisions for rest and relaxation?
I will.
Yeah, Granny will get to cooking if someone will set up the fire.
I'll just firebolt a piece of wood.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
And I have provisions for like 10 days for everybody. So,
I'll,
stomp across
Oh,
the
no.
map.
How do I size down an image? I forget.
Size down an image.
Or is that something only the DM can do? Is it control click?
Zoom out.
No.
Then, no, zoom
Oh.
out, then click your character. Nope, that doesn't do anything. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I don't know.
Matt, do you know how to do it? Because I can't remember. I assume settings.
everybody's
maybe?
big.
It's the corner.
Setting.
Just grab and pull it down.
I can't see the corner. I can only move it.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. Wait, where did I just go? Did you move me over to the group? Oh, there you go. Where did you put me, Matt?
I deleted it because I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. Apparently that's a GM only thing.
Move me. Shrink me. Shrink me. Shoot me.
Do it.
Thank you. Sweet. Need to be a little bit smaller. I don't need to be that big.
Yeah.
Um,
Token has transparency.
I'm gonna head out and I'll look for anything to add to Granny's food, but specifically I'd like to go through a good amount of corpses and see if any of them have a gauntlet that'll work instead of my current one.
Roll me a investigation check because you're looking for one.
will
I'd
do
like
that.
to work on the trying to figure out how to make that bullet.
You said investigation, correct?
Yeah.
You have it, Grave, you have to put it into the other one. I got it for you.
You can't seem to find any that are of use. They're all rusted and have holes in them from the rain and seem rather brittle.
Gotcha.
There's nothing really of use here aside from old cloths that are still here that are worn and chewed.
Gotcha. Are there any cloaks?
Mm,
It wouldn't matter if they're ripped.
many are ripped and in poor quality.
Grandma sees Velk rooting around and goes, "Dear, are you looking for something to wear?"
No. And I will rip off one of the cloaks and tie it around the holes. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just as long as I can stop casting on that.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's possible. I would assume it's possible.
That's possible, yeah.
Okay.
So your arm is pretty thick from having a large cloak wrapped around it.
No. I would. It's just the arm. It's just the arm. It looks like a cast, basically, like a tourniquet, basically. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your
there's
arm,
nothing
your arm
wrong.
looks really thick because of
Yeah.
it.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, that won't.
You are saying the same thing, but not
That
listening to each other.
absolutely will not do. And Granny roots around her bag, pulls out a brightly colored pair of arm warmers, and gently tosses them to Cad. Here, dear, that should cover what you need.
I think I'm already wearing the sweater.
Which
Really,
is
anything else would.
what
I'm
you have
quite
on your
warm.
arm is going to hinder you, dear. It makes more sense to use this and to have it covered.
Bet you sweat a lot, don't you, Cad?
Yeah, I honestly, I'm kind of burning up right now under the suit, and any more would be much
You
too
consider just like,
too
you
hot.
know,
Funny thing is, Cat's actually wearing very smart clothing for the
Yeah,
country.
except for the fucking sweater.
No, for the country you're in, like you're like
It's
for the
quite
country you're in,
cool.
decked out. They're like because Eastfold has a very very vicious winter. Like think of Norway's winters and Sweden's winters.
Sure, Granny, and I guess I will continue casting Prestidigitation, two times now, which takes up, and I will color them gray. So they are gray now rather than being bright, and I will slip them on under my gauntlets.
bet it makes it hard to waggle your fingers like that.
No, I've learned over experience to do what I need to have done.
Name, meanwhile,
You
has
get
shut
used
down
to
to
the
rest.
armor.
Yes, he has. How many do we have to feed here? I can't count.
4
1, 2,
or
3,
5.
4. I don't feed the robot.
Oh yeah, 4.
Well, she
yeah.
tries, but it doesn't work well.
That just means Mary gets sick
Fuck.
helpings.
Oh, fuck! That was awesome!
What?
There was a Super Bowl ad, and this,
Right.
princess released a dove to try and, send a message, and a hawk immediately grabbed the dove, and then a dragon grabbed the hawk.
Excellent.
That's how I picture stuff happening in D&D. We must alert the other city.
Just like
Woo!
Star Wars, there's always a bigger fish.
Yeah.
Once the food's
always a
ready,
bigger bird.
Granny would serve it up for everybody, including the robot. All right, dears, time to eat.
Thank you.
Mira, at this point, just whenever Granny comes over to deliver the robot's food, waits for her to drop it off and then takes his portion.
Matt, I would drop the first
Mira's
one,
gonna be the chonkiest
most
out of all of us.
constant one,
Yeah.
and just I'll nod and grab the soup, and I will walk off into another building
Yep.
and eat there, and once I'm done, I'll walk back.
The constant use of magic is weighing pretty heavy now. You don't have much else to think about, well, especially when eating.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I would remove, now that I'm away from everyone, I remove it, but then as soon as
Yeah.
I'm done eating,
But-
everything's back on. So
when
eating is definitely a respite,
eating is relief almost.
and the helmet is off too. So
How much longer can you keep this up?
At the dinner table, Mira's just like, so do you guys just think Cat is, really ugly, or...
Oh,
I think he might be a bit self-conscious. It's probably best we respect his wishes that way, dear.
Would you be saying that within earshot?
I mean, I'm nowhere near. I'm like I'm two buildings over, like gone. So if she's yelling it, yes, I would maybe
Granny
hear it.
doesn't yell very often.
No, I was talking about Mira. I'm sure
Mm.
Mira is.
No, Mira doesn't want to actually hurt Cad. She's mostly joking.
Who knows? Maybe the DM will have a dragon come and rip off the mask.
Pat and Mira have the ultimate like romance without being like bros, but also being bros.
You mean a friendship?
They have a good friendship. Yeah. So I guess I will. Actually, I think because of the helmet and all, I might sleep in another single house. But I appreciate the food, Grandma. Thank you. And I will give her the bowl back and walk back out.
You're quite welcome, dear. Sleep well.
Mira pipes up and says, I really don't think it's a good idea for us to sleep alone. Especially out here on the road.
I wouldn't think so either, but I'll stay
I
with
did
you.
burn 4 of those vampire things instantly, so maybe worry about
Uh,
someone else.
Why don't I
Could be
send
bigger vampire
Mortimer
things.
along with you? And if there's any trouble, he can run and get us right quickly. And she holds
Sure.
out the little mouse that sits in her pocket all the time.
This thing doesn't talk, does it?
Talks to her, not to anyone else.
Or we could
Would
just
I
have
know that
like
it can talk? Like,
Well-
not like it understands you, but like it literally can speak English to you.
No,
No, it speaks
You wouldn't know
beast.
that.
She speaks beast, but
Did you fucking make that?
what? Oh,
Did-
Sorry,
uh,
that's a first down.
Kat, you wouldn't know that Mortimer can speak.
Okay, then if that's what it needs to be, then yeah.
he'll
I
keep
will
you
take
safe, dear. Mortimer, dear. And then
I don't know my
she
class.
turns to Mortimer and says in the language of the mouse, Mortimer, dear, would you please accompany this lovely young gentleman here? And if there's any trouble, you come get me. Oh, and one more thing. He's very self-conscious about his looks. No looky. Very good. Off you get.
that. I'll hold out my arm so that he can crawl onto my arm.
And the little white mouse would absolutely do that. Coming up to probably sleep right in your hood.
I will walk off probably 2 or 3 buildings down, take off most of the armor so that it's just the cloth, and pass out. Oh, and if I would I would try and find one that has a completed door and a roof if possible. I don't know how random down this place is.
Sure, allow me to.
You know, I rather like it here.
You find one that isn't quite complete. One of the walls is completely collapsed. and
Oh,
looks
buddy,
as
you got a first down. You fucked up.
The roof
Yeah.
is partially tilted in, like it looks
But
like
not
it's
like
about to
there's not
collapse.
huge holes in it or any holes
There's
really.
there's a hole in one of the sides of the walls, but there's no hole in the roof, and it seems as though the door and everything is.
I'll
like
sleep
somebody
right
walking through
under
the
the
back.
hole, and block up the door so that it's hard for me to get out, but hard for something to get in on the off chance something tries
Oh.
to.
It's not a complete house. There's a massive hole in the wall. Like
Like one of the walls is
Oh.
partially missing.
Oh, gotcha. Then
Yeah.
I will sleep next to the hole, just like so that. So like I assume it's in a corner.
yep.
Yeah,
And
I will sleep.
Sorry.
I would sleep to the adjacent corner of that, so that's kind of hard to see me.
Yep. Is Mortimer with you? By the way, did you accept?
Yeah, she said. I'll kind of perch him up so that he can sleep wherever. I'll hold up my arm if he wants to travel down, or if he wants to stay on me. I have no problem with that either.
You'd probably Mortimer would curl up in a little hollow of the cloth on your shoulder and have a nice little nap. So you can keep an eye out for things, but not be in the way.
No.
I'll kind of. I'll. Yeah. But the hood. I'll turn towards Mortimer. You understand me?
Does Mortimer's a mouse? Mortimer wouldn't understand, would he, Holmes?
He wouldn't understand common. No.
Yeah, so Mortimer just kind of squeaks and, I don't know, licks his butt.
I think he'd understand. He'd understand like the turn and like.
Okay, then squeaks and stares, but not with an understanding look.
I'll take that as a no, and kind of just try and get some shut out. Shut eye, not shut out.
Yep. All right. The next morning comes around. It's
Oh,
Yep.
before, like during the night, can I do some work on that bullet?
yeah, sure.
What
Roll
kind
me.
of check?
What have you got? What is your?
Probably investigation is the most relevant that I've got.
Yeah, but what are you doing with it? What are you trying to make?
Um, I'm kind of comparing it to what
Heinrich?
fucking Heinrich, yeah, thank you. What Heinrich had in his gun, and trying to do my best to emulate it.
Gunslinging rogue. Oof.
Roll me an investigation.
Oh,
Or
fuck, I'm not proficient.
investigation, because you're trying to like figure it out.
I don't actually have proficiency in investigation. I thought I did. Okay. This might take a while. If I can click the fucking thing. Did that roll?
That's persuasion.
There we go. That is not what I clicked. Okay, that should work.
Uh,
Ugh.
you have the basis. You're not quite sure.
That's right.
You know that it's wrapped in paper. Something, and you do have some of the components with you. You have an idea, but not quite. But the words he said, the clue he gave, echoes in your mind. Fire is the catalyst.
Mira is going to take a small portion of the, I'm just going to call it what it is, gunpowder, and try to take an ember off of the campfire and use that on it.
When the fire makes contact with a small, like little mound of gunpowder, it's tiny, like as much as you would. It's negligible, but when it meets, it goes and it sparks and flares up all of a sudden, then dies, leaving nothing but white ashy powder as the remnants, with the surroundings around it are sort of blackened slightly as a result.
Huh. Okay. Fuck. I understand it in a, like Aaron understands how to do it. I'm trying not to metagame this.
Yeah. Well, that's with a lot of the gun upgrades. I have the players figure the shit out themselves. Like, how can they upgrade their gun? And one of them figured out that rifling worked, and so on and so forth.
You could ask Cad. Not now,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I could go knock on the door. Whether or not he answers is up to Cad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meryl will go talk to Cad. He seems like a bit of a smart guy. And he's generally supportive of Mira's endeavors.
And Granny's going to have a nice knitting session until it's time to sleep and probably be up before everyone else still knitting. I really want this garment done before we go in, and you did say it would take one more day of knitting to do that.
Yep. What have you completed?
I have completed, let me just grab the picture. That. In a very delicate purple color. It's probably the nicest color that Granny's ever worked in.
Actually, that's kind of cool. I like that.
where'd you post that? Is it in the D&D chat?
It's in Dungeons & Dragons chat, yes.
Would that be considered
Oh,
a cardigan or a
wow.
shawl?
It's a shawl.
Okay.
That is nice. Wow, Granny's learning.
No, Granny's always been able to do this. She just prefers to do the other stuff. But when she heard that there might need a beautiful gift needed, I know we already have the thingamabob from the elf, but when she heard there was a beautiful gift needed, she went, "Oh, I know exactly what to do."
because I thought this would be nicer. So a shawl. Nice. So it's a black shawl, wasn't it?
No, it's
It's purple.
Granny doesn't
It's that
work
color.
well. It's lilac.
Ah.
It's a really delicate
very-
purple.
You're surprisingly, you make a shawl. It's usually what you knit is usually very tight and warm and very, very thick. Your years of living in the northern reaches of Leonard and now traveling to Usfold have sort of taught you that rugging up is best in most cases. Though, in the case of an undead, they don't have to worry about the cold. So
She's actually, she knows how to make beautiful things.
yeah,
She just usually chooses not to.
because being warm is really nice.
Yeah.
Yep. It is now to Mira and Cad.
Yeah. Mira looks for the building that Cad went into, finds the most closed up one she can, and knocks on the door. Says, Cad!
Kind of hear shuffling and behind the door. Yeah. What do you need?
Can you help me with something? I met a traveler the other day who gave me a puzzle to work on of sorts. And you're smart. I figured maybe you could figure it out.
Yeah. Do you need to come in?
I figured that would be easiest. Or you could come out here, your choice.
Give me a minute then. And you hear more shuffling as armor's put up. Eventually, door. You hear a crate being shoved away from the door. Just, oof, oof. The door opens. Yeah.
Mira is going to show the gunpowder and wadding to Cad. And
Hold out my hands.
I need to find the way to use this to move a projectile. Or at least I assume that's what he wanted me to figure out. I found that the
words
powder
echo in
is...
your mind once more. Fire is the catalyst.
Yeah, Heinrich, hush. I found that it's really combustible.
Combustible. Would I know this is a weird question. With my intelligence and kind of studying, would I know some of physics?
You wouldn't know basic physics. It's sort of like the same as Isaac Newton sort of figured things
Gravity
out. Like basic.
falls.
Yeah, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, and that light splits into prisms and so on and so forth.
Well,
And that an object doesn't move unless acted upon.
would Mira know that? I would ask Mira, do you know that? And I would list kind of not like exactly the three laws of Isaac Newton, but kind of just like the general gist of stuff.
I mean, it's not like I went to school, but I mean, obviously things that go up go down, but that's about all I know. You gotta push things. It's a very physical understanding of it, rather than an academic understanding.
I guess a way to explain it is, and I'll kind of motion for Mira to follow me, kind of away from town, and I'll start walking off.
Mira will follow.
So, let's see. And I kind of rummage through my bags and find a box of rations and kind of just set it down on onto the ground. Kick
What do
it.
you?
Mira does so, but rather than it being like kicking with her toes, she like pushes it over with her boot.
Right.
Flops over and all the contents, the raisins and nuts and all that go flopping out.
Not as hard as I was going having you kick it, but sure. You kicked it and moved it just as hard as you tried to move it, correct?
Basically,
So let's say, and I move back up, the contents don't matter, and I will pick it up and just throw it as hard as I can into the tree line.
What's your strength stat?
My strength, that is 10.
It
you're
goes
stronger
sailing
than I
off
am.
into the tree line.
Kind of throw it. I threw that with as much strength as I could muster. So it went as far as I could throw it. So what is that in your hand again?
The material, like the powder, or the
You showed me the
wadding.
bullet, but did you call it a bullet?
No,
Or did you
Mira
have a
doesn't know that it's a bullet. She doesn't have the
A ball
projectile
bearing,
to go with it.
effectively.
Oh, does she?
It's
you
effectively a
have-
ball
did-
bearing.
Does she
Okay.
have the ball bearing?
It's a ball
I
bearing,
guess.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know I had that. I thought I just had the powder and the wad.
Oh no, you had the powder and the paper, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah. She doesn't have a projectile to move.
gotcha.
Uh,
She has wadding.
She
and
could
paper.
probably smelt one. It shouldn't be that hard to work with lead.
So imagine rather than throwing the box, because gunpowder is so explosive, the cat kind of just sparks up like a little flame in their hand and extinguishes it. Rather than throwing it, I would assume an explosion would happen and force it forward. And I'll set another ration box
Sorry, my cat's about to jump up on
down
my
on the
desk.
ground.
I thought you were knowing CAD. Like, nope, I ain't figured it out that hard yet.
And I will throw a firebolt onto like the bottom, like by the floor and by the ration box to try and send it forward.
So what are you doing there? Sorry, I was
I'm
moving.
casting a firebolt onto the ration box and trying to use force rather than trying to just basically show that the fire would move it as well, rather than just the force of the projectile or me throwing it.
The rush of fire, the rush of air sort
Probably
of
wouldn't move it much, but it moves it a little bit.
pushes it forward slightly. Off the desk.
So
Sorry.
let's try that again, and I will grab the kind of semi-burnt box.
It sort of the air pushes it forward and it juts forward from the force of being smacked into as well. So it not very far.
Oh, I think I kind of get the idea now. So, I guess it would go further if you were able to capture more of the energy, right?
Sure. Rather than all of the firebolt going in every direction, try and find some rocks, maybe, and we could create a little hole for it to go into.
Mira will spend a bit of time looking around the forest for something to form into a vaguely tubular shape.
I'll assist.
You do find like an old log that's sort of hollowed out as well, and some rocks.
I'll grab some of the rocks and kind of put them in a rectangular formation and leave one side open. Right. So then, and I will take the box again and set it in the back of the tube and cast a firebolt again.
As the firebolt goes through, you see that the surge of air, the surge of air is all directed in one place. And the fact that all of that energy is being pushed forward and not going back causes even the firebolt hits it, the ration box goes tumbling off into the distance.
Alright,
So-
I'm starting to get the idea of this.
Obviously, you can't cast firebolt, but maybe you don't need to. You have a tinderbox, right?
Yeah,
I kind of pull up mine.
I've got one.
If you were able to create a spark from that and hit that and had, well, I guess a projectile and some rock piles, you could send it forward. I don't know where the paper would come in, but uh,
Would it maybe make a better seal on the barrel?
um, maybe
So that
paper.
it moves it as a unit instead of trying to split into pieces?
Paper's also a good fuse, perhaps, maybe. Uh, for safety, distance. Um,
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get a better understanding of this. I think I still have some more work to do on my own, but
yes. Well, if I can be of assistance any further.
thank you very much, Kat. You've already been a great help.
Thank you. And Cat walks off back towards the house with the hole in it.
Mira is going to go back to the group house and
On the outside of the group house, you notice something carved into the wall, fresh. It wasn't there before.
what is it?
Please cut.
What does it say, Mira?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What does it say,
Clever,
man?
clever.
What?
Clever.
Leather clever?
Clever, clever. Wait, leather clever or clever,
Yeah.
clever?
Clever, as if.
Yeah.
No, it's not exactly.
Oh, fucking Heinrich's watching me! What a get! Okay.
If nothing else happens in the night, I go to sleep.
Yeah, Mira's going to return to her portion of the room.
Sweet. The next morning comes quickly as Robot Man. This type of morning is new to you. It's not the quiet sort of gentle wake up of a town, but the steady silence of an abandoned town and the nature around you as fog sort of rises up from the dew-covered grass and cloaks the surroundings in a not an eerie mist, but a chilled, comfortable mist that sort of reminds you of something, but you're not quite sure what. Whatever it is, it's relaxing, comforting even. The rest of you awaken as the mist down. The dew
And
still clean grass. And the cacophony of songbirds singing in the air. It is the next day. The morning has come.
and Granny's poking at the fire to get their breakfast going.
As autumn and winter creep ever slowly closer.
I'll use prestidigitation to do a quick clean of all my armor and clothes as well.
Yep.
And then I'll put everything on and
Yep.
head over towards the house.
One thing you learn is that gunpowder stains very quickly. Doesn't stain, but it leaves a decent amount of residue. As does
GSR.
fire.
Gunshot residue.
Lady Sister Garel is already at the outskirts of the town, sort of watching longingly towards the road that leads towards Agatha's lair. She eats lightly for you, Not much. She's an elf, so she doesn't really require much.
Granny still feeds her anyways.
She eats lightly, but doesn't have much, and gives the rest to whoever will have the rest.
Mira, you taking thirds today?
What about second breakfast?
Mira doesn't eat it immediately, but does
This is
does
probably the best
take a
Mira's
plate.
eaten in her entire life.
Yeah, I'm glad Holmes gets it.
Getting food and walking back towards their home, and
Actually, getting to eat in the mornings is a pleasure.
come back with the bowl and give it to Granny. We should probably be heading out now.
Mortimer skitters and runs up Granny's leg and then takes his usual refuge inside her hat.
Your
Or
pocket.
Either or. Sometimes when it gets cold, he goes in the hat.
Pocket. There's nowhere better. She's got a little nest in there for him.
Shall we set off now?
That sounds like a lovely idea, dear. And Granny packs her stuff away and wanders over to the metal man and kind of taps him on the shin. Time to go, dear.
Wait for it. Oh wait, we can't.
You
All the music
have to
buttons are
skip,
occupied.
yeah.
Shit.
He's dead.
There it is.
There it is.
Good morning, dear. I have some extra breakfast for you. We got it.
You guys ready? Right.
Ready whenever.
Ready.
Yep.
And
Lead the way, please.
this time, instead of going on his shoulder, Granny's going to kind of forage a little bit in the woods as we move along, just for whatever she can come across, whatever might be useful.
Yeah, sure. You find a couple of herbs and stuff, mostly cooking enhancers and so forth.
Yep.
The forest grows dark and still as the trail winds deeper into the trees. Heavy vines and thick layers of moss drape the branches, and the air is noticeably colder than it was in the ruined village, even in the chilly morning. Rounding a bend in the trail, you see a screen made from wrapped branches of trees standing close together, woven into a dome-like shelter in the shadows. A low doorway leads inside.
Granny takes point and heads to the doorway with a, "Hello, is anyone home?"
The air grows cold. A powerful feeling of dread grips you. Cold, pale light flickers in the air, rapidly taking on the form of a female elf, her hair and robes waving a spectral wind. She might have been beautiful once, but a hateful expression twists her features now. Foolish mortals! What do you want here? Do you know it is death to seek me out?
"Oh, well, I had heard that you'd been in the woods, and I figured you might be a bit lonely, and perhaps a bit cold, and I figured I'd come over for a cup of tea."
Coming over for a cuppa?
Roll a persuasion check. Oh,
Oh, shoot, I have advantage on
Very
that.
persuasive.
Yeah, 18 was the first roll anyway.
Okay.
Sister Garael sort of steps forward sheepishly. We bring gifts, Agatha. We wish to parley in return for these.
Granny kind of waves her off and goes, "Tea first, dear. Have some civility."
Oh, I wish I could drink. But unfortunately, death has taken that from me.
Ah,
Though
well,
your kindness is appreciated.
tea is more
Can
about
I-
a chat anyways. Come on, let's go have some tea. Do you have,
Are we in?
can we set up
Sorry.
a fire?
Yep, Cat? Yep.
I'm sorry. Real quick, are we in just still in the forest and this lady has appeared now?
But you're inside like a natural dome that's been created by branches. So it's like
Gotcha. Could I just make a swift perception check for maybe, um, actually, no. Can I, just slowly, as this conversation is going on, cast, ritualistic detect magic and see if I can just sense anything? It'll take 10 minutes to get it off, but maybe
Yeah.
before
All right.
fights start. So I'll start it as soon as she appears and kind of just get it going.
I know that you seek many things. Ask me one question and I will give you an answer. Her thing. Sister Garael presents the comb, giving you 2 questions to ask. She asks her question first.
What does she ask?
I want to know where Bo Gentle's book is. I need it for my order to research. The higher priests need to know. I guess that sort of straightens up. Pauses in thought. I traded that old home to a necromancer. I believe his name was Cernoff. That was over 100 years ago. And I do not know where it is now. You may ask one question of me, elderly one.
Granny smiles, pats a little stump beside the fire that she's now started, and says, "Oh, just come have a chat for tea, dear. I'm sure you've been quite lonely, and it would be very nice to have a chat. I've lived in the woods a long time myself, and I know how nice it is to have someone come by."
Her spectral form sort of attempts to sit on the stump and hovers a few centimeters off of it. Sort of taking a sort of sit.
And Granny would be making a very pungent tea in the hopes that the strength of the scent would be able to at least sort of get to the senses of the once elf.
Smell,
Excellent.
she catches the whiff and her nose scrunches up, but she doesn't seem to notice much of it. Cad, with your detect magic, you don't seem to sense anything out of the ordinary aside from whatever necromancy is responsible for her undeath.
Now, we've been traveling for a little while, but mostly I've been living in the forest. These young people were very nice to help escort me to go and see my grandson and my grandbabies. Would you like to see what they look like? They're such sweet little dears.
I shall see.
So Granny,
Maintain form is tiresome.
well. Granny holds out the pictures of her little grandbabies and says, "Then since you are tired, dear, I'll try not to keep you any longer than you want me here. But I did come with a gift because the nights can get so cold out here." And she gifts the wraith with the shawl that she had made.
The shawl that the wraith cannot wear.
Do you think she's going to use the hair comb? Sorry, Volk.
No. Fair enough.
And she places them in a small little pile of neatly tended to pile of gifts she's curated over the years, over the centuries even.
And Granny gently reaches out, pats her over the wrist. Obviously, she can't touch her, but she's trying. And goes, "Dear, I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for your help."
I will
I'm sorry.
You still have a question that needs to be answered.
DM.
How does gunpowder work? Oh,
I don't
I
sense-
would like to purchase a gun. Where may I buy one?
Uh, do you know what a gun is called? Do you even know what a gun is?
Very
No.
new tech.
Exactly.
Guys-
Mira,
Something deep in my programming tells me I need a gun.
Guys, you realize she did already ask a question, right?
yeah, Mira, Cad.
I was joking.
Yeah, what way are we looking at? Mira, Cad?
I just wanted to ask DM. I don't sense anything magical coming from the pile of gifts
No,
that
not
she's
really. It's just
Okay,
mundane.
fair enough. Gotcha.
You guys realize Granny already asked a question, right?
What was the question?
She asked if she'd like to see pictures of her grandchildren. Granny's not interested in taking advantage of this lady. She helped them with what they needed, and she's had enough.
And yet she's
She-
still up as a divination question.
May I ask if it's all right with you, everyone?
Granny looks at the wraith. Would that be all right with you, dear?
A word is a word. You have brought gifts. In return, I shall divine your desires.
Well, then I don't see a reason you can't. Go ahead, dear.
Yep.
I'm looking for someone. Do you know where my father is?
She pauses and her eyes sort of roll into her head in thought.
Who's your daddy?
To the north, the far reaches of Vitvanga. Though those are dangerous lands now. The Steel Tusk Horde rules supreme and threatens to consume all of Eastfold. Older heroes keep the Horde at bay, routing them. But soon, others may need to join them.
Is that our other quest? Do we know the name of the group of orcs that we were sent after?
No, that's way farther. I assume that's like way farther away.
Yeah. On the map, Hvitvanger is in the northern reaches of Eastfold. Formerly part of the Great Nation, which has now separated into its own orc-ruled state.
There's a few heroes defending.
Would we actually
Thank you.
be of help there?
For that
significant enough to be-
information.
Well, I think Granny can use some diplomacy.
Others, you may find. Her eyes sort of look at Cad. Yeah, silent nod. You aren't alone.
What do you mean by that?
I shall say no more for your sake. And she slowly begins to fade away.
I mean, we're with you, Cad.
Thank you very much for your help, dear. I hope you enjoy your gifts. And Granny would then, put out the fire and finish her tea. All right, then. Is there anything else we needed to do here?
What did she mean by that?
That's not
Damage.
I'm afraid I don't specialize in riddles, dear. In any case,
Is
at
she
the
considered
moment-
humanoid?
She is a human. Let me check.
ex-humanoid undead.
In any case, at the moment, dear, you have us, and you are not alone.
She is not. Unfortunately. What would you guys like to do now?
Well, we should probably find out if the elf wants to stick around. Actually, what we should do now is we should leave her home so she can have some rest. I'm sure we tired her out plenty.
Yes, of course.
You go ahead. I just wanted to stay here for a little bit. I'll be back. I promise.
Grandmother.
Don't mess with her or her things. Let her have her day peacefully. And then,
Grandmother.
yes,
The sister sort of pulls her aside.
yes, dear.
I have. Here are your things. I must return to Phandelver now, but I have an offer.
What is it, dear?
Well, first of all, she grabs the box out from her belongings and presents you with the 3 potions of healing, as agreed upon.
I'll take it.
I know you may be elderly, but there's always room for someone of your kind within the Harpers.
Goodness, dear. What use could I possibly be there?
Well, the Harpers, we're a bit of an old organization. We like to gather we're sort of an apolitical faction, making sure that effectively we stop tyrants from taking hold, and that nobody should be powerless.
That does sound very interesting. I would like to learn more, dear.
We if you're interested, you can. There's a small town called Oakhaven, just inside the Sylvan Valley, reaching this time. We need to search for an individual named Durak.
Yes, is there a better way to look for him? Well, how would you describe him? Where would I go to find the young man?
He's large, very large. He's a half-breed. He's a half-breed himself. Though, fine then I'll say it. He's a half-orc. And, it should be easy to spot him. He has a twin brother, don't mistake them. Durak has short hair and a beard, and, Gurom has, sort of like, shaven sides and a long top part that's tied back and braided. If you find one, he should lead you to the other.
Lovely. Thank you, dear. And what town was that again?
Oakhaven.
Right. Haven of Trees. Thank you, dear. If I end up anywhere near there, I'm sure I will stop in and have a cup of tea.
He isn't a tea person, but yeah. And she sort of gets up and waves to everybody, and sets off back down the road towards Phandelver.
Have a safe trip, dear.
I will. Cad, you wanted to do something?
I want to walk away from the group, towards where we saw Agatha. And I'll quietly call out, Agatha. Are you there?
Oh, must you waken, tired old spirit? She slowly forms back.
I apologize. I have a question for what Shiva said before.
When soul aches, make it quick.
I don't have much but gold and perhaps something else if you will not accept it, but I need to ask another question.
What gift do you have?
Uh, w- will gold work, or must I give you something that's not monetary?
Something more than gold.
One second. I want to talk to Matt real quick. I offer you my helmet. It was a gift from my father.
Her eyes grow wide for a second. A helmet. Even though your identity is so precious.
I have ways of obscuring it until I find a new one. Is this a fair enough trade for a question?
Which is fair enough, as is. Come. And she offers her hands for the helmet.
I will pull back the hood, take off the helmet, and immediately cast prestidigitation so my face is obscured by a darkness as I put the hood back on.
Is your hair revealed, or is that also hidden?
Yeah, I'll use 2 charges to hide that. So one for the face and one for the back of the head. I put the hood back on, but
Yeah,
I offer
less than
the.
that much would be a problem.
When you said that there's another, that I'm not alone, did you mean a child? Or did you mean my group?
Hmm. People of your ilk are rare. Bad. There are few who can boast your kind of a story, yet fewer still who make of it like you have.
Because none would boast of the story that I have.
You have all the makings of something great. But sorry, I feel like I'm about to burp here. Oh, but you have all the makings to be something far greater, but you hold yourself back. Is it trust?
No. You know why.
They deserve to know sooner or later. You, on the other hand, in the coming years, you will meet someone that will give you perspective. Perhaps even give you purpose anew. I dare not ask or divine your purpose as is. But I can only wish you luck. Lest you end up like me. And with that,
Right.
she begins to fade.
May you rest in peace. At least one of us reaches that. I'll march off towards the group. Just a floating hood. Mask no
Oh.
longer there.
Yeah, she has no helmet now.
Sorry, did you say she?
She, he, I say them all the
Okay.
time. I mix it up.
Yeah. You notice they are wearing a hood. And same as before, the same hood, but the mask or helmet is gone. And yet their face is still obscured by that elusive abyssal darkness.
Granny isn't worried about it, but wanders over and hands him a cookie.
Thank you.
Of course, dear. Are you ready to go?
No, but we have places to be. Before we go back to town, perhaps we should deal with the orcs or go to that other town.
That does sound like a good idea. It's best that we get it all done.
Both or just one?
Well, I don't see why not both, as long as we're up for it.
Perfect.
Do we have to... Yeah, now let's go.
Yeah, no, I Sealy, let's go. Oh, Sealy, that's about a couple of hours that we've been at this now. Getting a bit tired.
Yeah, sure. Next session, Wyvern Tour.
Hell yeah.
And then hopefully level 3 soon.
Level 3, we've
We're
already done
already
level
level 3.
Oh yeah.
I mean, level
Level 4 soon. Brain.
Dang.
Yeah. Alright. Sweet. If anybody has any backstories to send to me that they want checked over, feel free. I've gotten grandmas and I've gotten graves.
Yeah, speaking of which, we might need to do a one-off sometime soon, just so I can get on the firearms track like the other two.
Oh yeah.
You guys are also trigger happy. Gosh.
Oh,
What do you mean?
trust me, my dude mainly uses a sword, but it's a lot
Trigger
easier
happy
to
helps.
whip out a rifle or a shotgun than hucking spears all the goddamn time.
Okay, Judge Dredd.
Yeah, then you would actually be Judge Dredd if you whipped out a shotgun and just fucking went to town.
Yay. I specialize in using buckshot. The other two are kind of like
Be aware that
pistol
a
and
lot of-
rifling, and I'm just here like loads shotgun with sand and salt and rocks and points and click.
What was that, Vol?
Just be aware that this map is really just superficial. Like, I really need to make a proper map for... Yes, I do technically have a proper map, but I don't have all of this in it.
Yeah.
Like, I got this one. Where is it? There we go. I've got this. It's in the Dungeons and Dragons chat.
No, it isn't. Oh, there it is.
Over here. Boom, there we go.
If you need me to help with map making, Bull, I probably can.
Yeah, I'd like to get some like landmarks and everything down for like city names and everything.
Mm-hmm. The names you can plop in, but I can provide some art.
Yeah, because I might do with like specific like location apps, like overview.
Like what we have in the Roll20, yeah?
Yeah, like with this one where you have like the wood and the hills and the mountains.
Yeah. Seriously, just send me like an MS Paint where you've labeled things and label it as like wood or hills or mountains or whatever, and I can come
Yeah.
up with a map for you.
And then I can draw, and then I'll draw specific roadways where things like where roads lead, and then you draw around that.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. All right, we'll pick this up later. I'll speak to CAD separately so I can get the backstory.
Yeah, I'm writing.
Right,
Give
I
me
am
that.
stopping